Thank you, Justin. And now some takeaways. We've kind of gone through, got maybe a little bit scared. So how do you make your estate plan digital savvy? Number one, make a list. Justin, what should be on that list, and where should that list possibly be stored as well? And who should who should be aware of that list?
So one of the things that I've started to do with clients is I have them do a digital asset inventory. And regardless of whether or not they tell me that they own digital assets, I still have them do it because they do own digital assets. And I break it down into categories for them so that they can see, okay, I have a Facebook account. I need to do something with that. I have a Google account. I need to do something with that. So I want to make sure that they have all of their usernames listed, not passwords, right? As an attorney, I don't want to store their passwords, but it's important to be able to link their name with their username later on, right? That's one of the ways the executor is going to have to prove that they can access this account. So listing the account type and the username, and then making sure that other people know where this list is going to be, right? Whether it's stored with an attorney, whether it's stored with a CPA, a financial advisor, if it's in their safe deposit box, wherever it's stored. But if we don't know that these assets exist because they've been hidden or encrypted or password protected, then we're never going to be able to access them. So it's crucially important to make the list and make sure that somebody knows where that list is located.
Do you have a template for this list?
Yeah, I can send it. I'll send it to you, and you can circulate it out to whoever wants it.
Yeah, if you could send it to me, we'll kind of keep that for show notes and for anyone. What we leverage is a client portal powered by eMoney, which is our financial planning software. And there is a secure vault and an ability to create folders and then lock folders so that even us at Ausperity don't have access to it. That vault, I think, would be a great place to store that list. On top of that, you probably should incorporate how the executor would access that eMoney platform above and beyond, in which case then they theoretically would be able to access the list and maybe contact information for other relevant professionals. So that can kind of go hand in hand. And yeah, I'd appreciate that template. And yeah, any comment you would have, hey, if you have an online financial planning tool, that should be probably high on the list in terms of incorporating into your will. Who can and how can they access that?
So you make a great point, Rory. So if you keep this inventory on the online platform, the executor needs to be able to access the online platform in some way, right? So there needs to be some type of communication between the platform custodian and the executor later on. The other thing is, it's so important that not only we make this list, but we update this list, right? So it is very easy to do it and then and put it in the vault and not worry about it. But we are constantly getting more usernames and passwords, so we need to be able to have a mechanism to update it manually or automatically if you use a service that does that.
Beautiful. So I think we talked through understand what you really own in the context of that list and what those digital assets are. What about backing up the data stored in the cloud? Equally important as well, I would assume.
Yeah, so that's very interesting because there are specific rules as to how to access data that's stored in a cloud that is managed by somebody other than you. But the rules for accessing a decedent's computer are very different. Right. So if you've backed everything up on your iCloud account onto the hard drive of your computer, then your executor can access everything on your hard drive. It's going to be a lot harder for them to access the information on your iCloud account. So downloading and backing up information locally will be a huge benefit to an executor down the road.
That's great information and great insight. Any suggestion on updating legal documents, frequency, obviously just in general, if you don't have anything digital as part of your will or trust or estate plan, you're going to want to update those legal documents. Any other further recommendations there?
So we talked a little bit about online tools and designating a recipient, and they're most analogized to beneficiary designations. And
Hmm.
oftentimes people set it and forget it. And it's important that you're constantly thinking about these things. When you're going through your estate planning documents, don't just think about your will, think about your beneficiary designations, think about your online tool designated recipient designations, because what may be good for you today may not
Hmm.
be good for you in 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. So it's just another thing to add to the list of making sure that your estate plan is working the way you want it as your life goes on.
Yeah, it's important. If you want this to transition to your loved ones, or you have something that is important to you, photos, videos, within your business, you have to account for this. And I just think, generally speaking, it's overlooked. So this is great. Make a list, understand what you own, back it up so that it's accessible, update it routinely, and then take that final step, which is incorporating it into your estate plan and updating your legal documents.
Thank you for watching our video. Please remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Look at our links below for ways of getting in contact us, and message us if you'd like us to add you to our monthly newsletter.